had the the colonial era, we had the golden era. Golden era ni everybody wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ya cinema. So wọ́n ya ayé after Adebayo, of course, everybody bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ya cinema. That was the golden era. People were making money. So when people come and sit here and say they didn't make money, I don't agree. I have seen people sit down and tell me stories.
Yeah, but they weren't the producers.
Well,
maybe the producers made money, but not the actors.
Well, I agree. I agree because of, I'm talking about the producers themselves, but I agree because of the system at that time. The system at that time, people were koshe, to ba koshe wa yashe. Ṣé bá àwọn bàbá dẹ́rù pọkàn jókòó sí bí wọ́n lára àwọn ra boss as jesters. So to ba yashe. So the idea is eventually at the point in time you have to grow to the point where you have to do your business. If you decide to sit down and not do your business, who can help you? And it doesn't mean that you have to be estranged from your oga. Oga ẹ sì lè pè ẹ́ kó wá bá ṣiṣẹ́, wá dẹ̀ sì wá lọ ṣe tiẹ̀. So àwọn tó decide láti ṣe ti wọn, tán dẹ̀ fọpọlọ sí, tán dẹ̀ gba ìmọ̀ràn, tán dẹ̀ gba ẹ̀kọ́, they made it. Kò sẹ́yìn tó yaṣẹ́ tí ò make ẹ̀ náà. Àbí èyí tí ò make ẹ̀ wọ́n ra 504. Some are Benz 230 ní 70s, 80s. Mercy ọ̀bọ̀kún ọlọ́yẹ.
505.
505 Evolution. You know, èyí tí ò make ẹ̀ ń ra. So we had the golden era. Then I think structural adjustment program happened of the Ibrahim Babangida era. I think before even the structural adjustment program,
that was austerity.
The Buhari, Idi era, a lot of things began to happen. Owó lọlẹ̀, oríṣiríṣi nǹkan lọlẹ̀, insecurity, àwọn èèyàn lè jáde lálẹ́. Then most importantly, kó tó di pé àwọn èèyàn lè jáde lálẹ́ gan, purchasing power cinema ó lọlẹ̀. 2, cinema production is not cheap. And when I'm talking of cinema, I'm talking of film, not digital film. Reel to reel film. Celluloid. Oh yeah, that's the word. Celluloid film. Reel to reel. Is not cheap. There was not a color lab in Nigeria.
16 mm.
You film 16 mm, 35 mm. You filmed in Nigeria, you took it abroad. So only lati jẹun kanu. Most times these guys did it on loans. Right? Okay. So nígbà tí economic situation bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní yàtọ̀. Wọ́n wá depend solely on television. So ìgbà yẹn ni television productions, they sat on television. Then it was the home video era, according to reports and findings and research, was discovered by error, by chance. So let me say error. It was discovered by chance. Àwọn olófin bọ́ sọ́wọ́ àwọn ọmọ Igbo púpọ̀ later. Now, I think here's the story. I've not really confirmed that story, but here's the story as it was told to me by certain people. Wọ́n máa ti ń ta cassette tó fi ń record ìkómọ, video cassette, video camera tó fi ń record ìkómọ. Alade Aromire was a videographer who worked in all these things. Our camera had been scaled down, say 35 mm, 9 M3000, M35, M9000. Our camera wasn't scaled down, that's U-matic. Now, as a matter of fact, before I get even to that television, there's a time to want your reversal stock. I think reversal stock is the other side of the celluloid flow. Okay. So the other side is what they call reversal. So but on low reversal stock NTA tan follow reversal stock yẹn ni golden era ku. So as a matter of fact, I think I need to add the reversal era.
Okay.
As a scholar now, I am adding it on Agbaletu TV to that era because nobody speaks about the reversal era. wọ́n máa ń gbé reversal era sínú golden era.
Mo máa ń rò pé reversal was another technology on its own.
No. It's celluloid still.
So it's the
Reversal.
same tape. So what can reverse tape?
That's the reversal. You can print on the other side. The paper ni o kọ ìwé sójú kìíní, àkọ sójú kejì.
Okay.
So ìgbà tó ń lo reversal stock yẹn tán.
But the same quality náà ni.
The same quality. Ó kàn máa já díẹ̀. So náà ni. And it's cheaper. Because wọ́n ti lójú ẹ̀.
Ibo náà ti máa lọ process abroad.
Ìlú òyìnbó náà ni kò sí colour lab ń bì now. So now ìgbà tó ń lo stock yẹn tán. Náà ni okay kò sí cinema mọ́. Everybody will fall back sí television. By error lèyìn kan fi wá cassette tó ń tà. Tó máa fi ẹnì kankan rìkọ́ọ̀dì nǹkan kan nínú ilé. Wọ́n wá ń play it back. And gbogbo ṣe ń jọ yẹn. Someone just came up with the idea and said, okay, kí ni adé lè fi ya film? Now, these things are sketchy. I was not there. These are reported speeches. Àwọn Táyà Arógun Másìdì ló lè padà wá sọ. Okay? Now, so, who discovered it? No name. But on record, on scholastic record, is on record that in 1988, yes, Adebayo released the first home video film titled Shonshomeji. 88, yes. I think Aromiro was 89. I forgot the title of his film, but I remember Ekun. Thank you, Ekun. But it was after. But some other reports have said that it was Alade that actually, because I've listened to a lot of reports that went to look at this technology and brought it and all that. But that's not my bone of contention here. The bone of contention is the cassette was discovered. Okay, let us continue to research Talori Gangan. We will continue. In fact, as a matter of fact, I think that is also one focus of my research as I research how we solve the marketing lacuna in Yoruba film industry, ditto the Nigerian film industry. So it's going to be a focus of my PhD as well. Now, so it is on scholastic record until we find out something else that Adebayo shot the first home video film in 1988 with Shonshomeji. So certainly àwọn eras yẹn àwọn òyìnbó ló lead the golden era. By my own record, I said there is a bridge, the Olabalogun bridge between the colonial and the commercial era. So the bridge, then because we are talking in respect of commercial performance. So I say that Adeyemi Afolayan led the golden era, especially as it relates to Yoruba film. Now, led the golden era up onto the reversals era. Then Adebayo came and led us into the home video era. Now, tẹ́ bá notice àwọn èèyàn Kwara, people from Kwara State, wọ́n pọ̀ ní Ìdúmọ̀tà, ditto the movement to Oshodi Arena. Why? Nítorí pé oníṣòwò ni wọ́n, they are shrewd business people. When they are daring business people. They do business. Wọ́n want a towel, want a torchlight, àwọn lóníṣòwò. Go and check the arena. You'll find a lot of Kwara State people. So àwọn lóníṣòwò, àwọn náà ta towel, àwọn náà ta bric-a-brac. So wọ́n ta cassette, no. So it was natural. Because one of the cassette, as business people, after Kenneth Nnebwe, láàrin àwọn àtàwọn ọmọ Igbo. Alright? After Kenneth Nnebwe, Neck
Video Links.
Neck Video Links is in between them. So the home video era boosted. Wọ́n á sọ pé living in bondage 1992 was the reason why we say that living in bondage was the first home video was because it was the first blockbuster. So ṣé àwọn tó ṣe ní 1988 yẹn ṣé wọ́n ṣe fún family wọn wọ́n tà náà ni, but commercial blockbuster was living in bondage. As Papa Ajasco, it is on record that Papa Ajasco, yes, the film Papa Ajasco, because there was a celluloid film, Papa Ajasco, was the blockbuster of the cinema, golden era cinema. So Papa Ajasco ti ń tajà ti pẹ́, Wálé Adénúgà ti ń ta ọjà, ó ti ní business strategy, orí ẹ̀ ti ń tajà ti pẹ́, kádàrá wọn ti ń tajà ti pẹ́ ti pẹ́, kò ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ báyìí. Excellence yẹn kàn spiral down sí nǹkan tó ń ṣe ni. Okay, so it's now on record that living in bondage led that. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé tí àwọn Igbo bá ti rí pé iṣẹ́ ti lọ níbì kan, àwọn wà bẹ́ẹ̀, everybody kan tẹ̀lé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Ìgbà yẹn Yorùbá náà ń tẹ̀lé, but àwọn rẹpẹtì, àwọn ṣe business. Ṣé àwọn ò ní travelling theatre, àwọn ò ní travelling theatre culture.
Neck. Yorùbá film ló kọ́kọ́ tà.
Yes, because Yorùbá film
ló kọ́kọ́ tà Jẹ́níyà mi àtàwọn.
Yes, because Yorùbá. Okay, thank you for saying that. I was going to mention that Yoruba film, because, and that puts it on record that the status of Nollywood. I mean, come and say Nollywood is different from Yoruba era. No. When you talk about the concept of Nollywood, it has a history. So show my your traveling theatre kúrò ńbẹ̀ ni, show my your cinema era kúrò ńbẹ̀, show my your home video Yoruba kúrò ńbẹ̀. Wọ́n á máa sọ pé àwọn olóyìnbó ní Nollywood. I disagree. Nollywood is the entirety of the Nigerian film industry. Nollywood yẹn ó describe film industry Nigeria. Oníkálukú wá ní section lábẹ́. So àwọn Yorùbá ló lead the Nollywood film industry with travelling theatre. So àwa ṣì ń ṣe travelling theatre system here in home video. Don't forget that even the people who have come here have confirmed that even during the cinema era, it was still the travelling theatre systems. Wọ́n ní dá ẹ pé wọ́n máa pọ̀ ọ̀gá ẹ̀ máa kó àwọn ọmọ wọ́n máa kó ẹ wá. Àwọn ọ̀gá eléré náà máa kọ lẹ́tà sí. Àwọn ọ̀gá eléré máa kọ ẹ wá. Now, àwọn ọ̀gá wà. Àwọn medium ọ̀gá wà. Àwọn lower ọ̀gá wà. Àwọn underdogs ọ̀gá wà. Oníkálukú ń jẹun ní level ẹ̀. That's why Adebayo will go to NTA, see somebody performing, or not in the troupe, so lè wéko. Àwọn akọ lẹ́tà fún ẹ, wọ́n á fún ẹ lówó ọkọ̀, kò wéko. Ó ti rí nǹkan kan lára ẹ tó like. So tó bá ti wá sí production yẹn, ó ti mọ ẹni tó fẹ́ lò. But kò lè dá ẹni yẹn pé as it is now. Ó máa pè ìwọ, wà wá kó wọn wá. Àwọn àwọn ẹni tó fẹ́ lò ni. That was the system. Olófin dàbí ẹni pé owó yẹn ò trickle down sí everybody. Kò ń ṣe independent hiring. It was group hiring. So, and that was still the system in the home video era. But that was not the system with the English-speaking folks. Àwọn Igbo. Gbèmí kò sanwó ni mi ò mẹ́rí. So they could do business purely.
So láti bẹ̀rẹ̀, àwọn tí ń ṣiṣẹ́ tí wọ́n
rówó. Láti
bẹ̀rẹ̀, Yorùbá, owó yẹn trickle down. So owó tí ó wà meant for one group, àwọn tó máa draw mọ́lẹ̀ tó 30. Ọ̀gá ló dẹ̀ máa mú lion share. Wọ́n á ní kò sówó.
Ó dìgbà tó o bá ya eré tiẹ̀ kí wọn náà tó máa ní owó tó pọ̀. Òun ló ń fa gbogbo disgruntled mò ń lọ mi lọ mò ń lọ. Ìgbà tó bá tóbi débì kan tí wọn náà máa rò pé how far now? So wà kúrò. So that's how we entered. That's what we still kept doing in the home video era. And that was what even still led us to the marketing era, some marketers. So, kini system yẹn làwọn marketers yẹn wá feed on. Agbole control. So they now became like a studio system. I'm not so So the Quara flow of people who are marketing Torchlight and everything now are the marketers. That's why Ibati Alori, Ologbe, Biodun, Ibitola, Remdel, Lakure lọ́dún 2016. Because that all bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ nígbà yẹn a lọ ṣe research adọ́dọ̀ olóyè Alhaji Akeem Balogun gan Olasco adọ́dọ̀ wọn èmi àti ọ̀rẹ́ mi adọ́dọ̀ wọn agbéra látẹ̀kọ́ a lọ sí Àkúrẹ́ lórí ọba Adéṣídà a lọ rí Aunty Remdel, God bless her soul, and she said she refused to do business in the same space with people like Torchlight àti Towen or Tadeku tí wọ́n understand marketing.
O don't feed that independent marketers in language.
Yeah, so wọ́n á sọ pé they don't understand marketing. Pé sales, distribution on ṣe. Pé distribution on ṣe. Àǹtí sọ pé kò sí fíìmù àwọn tó jáde tí àwọn òde state tí wọ́n ti ń tà. Pé àwọn máa dìde, àwọn máa dé state yẹn. She said and I agree and I bear witness because one release film Ofinga, someone was using the old Agomejila Meta as a Mefa Irole to distribute it at that time. I was doing my masters, I think 2011. So more coordinate cinema style, yeah. I like actually Diro Vans, actually Cultural Center, thereabout. Actually Arts Theatre. No, I recall that Auntie Biodun Ibitola came personally to those spaces. She was not the one running it, but because it was a film, there was a percentage agreement. She came on all the 3 floors. Nibado. She was on a tour. We were beginning again shows. So she's going around to monitor what's going on. So she said she's different from somebody. She went to school to study it. That she's different from somebody who will just sit in Lagos and throw CDs into the market and just go on.
Yeah, but those ones too, they follow their actors and actresses to advertise those movies on TV stations across.
I agree. I also agree. But it still doesn't take it to marketing. It takes it to distribution. There are thin lines. There are thin lines to it. Okay? There are basic lines to it. There are basic systems to it. So she wants to do it professionally. She wants to do it. She wants to do it as it should be done. But there's a lot of sentiment down off, you see. But let's move on. Now, the home video era, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Iṣẹ́ ń lọ síwájú, ó ń gbòòrò. Nínú home video era, àwọn èèyàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe kó tó di pé wọ́n wá release ẹ̀ sí film. Àwọn èèyàn wá ń ṣe shadow cinema, community style. Aago méjìlá, mẹ́ta àti mẹ́fà ìrọ̀lẹ́. So it was not celluloid. Ẹ má gbàgbé wípé kó tó di pé a wọ home video, Tàbántárì Hotel Elékùrọ́, Cinema de Baba Salagbowo, Premier Hotel Ìbàdàn, wọ́n ti ń show T-Rovers Hotel, wọ́n ń show àwọn àgbáàrin àti gbogbo ẹ̀ in reversal and celluloid. So immediately he died and the home video was discovered. The system took over the showing of the home video. So home video never combine community cinema distribution as a home video cassette distribution. So you first of all release your film on aago méjìlá, mẹ́ta àti mẹ́fà ìrọ̀lẹ́, particularly holidays. So you first of all did aago méjìlá, mẹ́ta àti mẹ́fà ìrọ̀lẹ́, even with home video. So ní kọ́kọ́ ta síta ní marketer early 90s. Early 90s, yes. Ní kọ́kọ́ ta síta fún marketer, wàá kọ́ wá show ẹ̀. So wọ́n show ẹ̀ lẹ́ntì, wọ́n show ẹ̀ náà àwọn structure yẹn wọ́n wá fi show ẹ̀. So wàá ti show aago, o lè show 3 days, o lè show Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So báwọn yẹn tún ṣe máa ń create first ni pé wọ́n show ẹ̀ ní Easter. Láti show ẹ̀ ní Easter, àwọn èèyàn tó wò ó wọ́n á ti ròyìn lọ ẹni ò ní release ẹ̀ ṣàrò pé iléyá àti Easter ó jìnnà díẹ̀ akọ̀sí lọ show ẹ̀ ní iléyá ni so bó bá ṣe lẹ́mìí sí wàá dúró after a while wàá distribute ẹ̀ sí CD so that now the home video era now borrowed aago méjìlá mẹ́ta àti mẹ́fà rọ̀lẹ́ after a while a rí wípé aago méjìlá mẹ́ta àti mẹ́fà rọ̀lẹ́ kò show mọ́ ó di home videos
so
nìkan
entirely
marketers òun nìkan so àwa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìgbà tó yá a lọ sí ìgbà tí owó ò pé lọ́wọ́ àwọn producer dáadáa mọ́ wọ́n wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe launching kí ni launching tó bá fi owó ya fíìmù wà wá ṣe bíi quasi premiere okay it's like a quasi premiere I call it a quasi premiere because that's not a premiere. A premiere is not a party. It's a solemn event. Event you are organized. Two kind of flow. Nice evening, short and brief. And you're out, interactions, small food, discussions, reviews, and you're out. But I was at the party, so I'm Akindele, I'm Ankara. I don't forget, that was the advent of Baba promo. So there was a lot. So it was a fanfare. Now, wàá pe àwọn èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn tó mọ̀ láwùjọ. Ó ní àwọn orúkọ yẹn ṣe wọnú cinema. Ó ní wọ́n ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe cinema wa bí ìgbà téèyàn ṣeré fújì àti jùjú. Ó mọ àwọn kìnnìkan lágége. Ó mọ àwọn kìnnìkan lóṣòdì. Ó mọ àwọn kìnnìkan ní ìta balẹ̀ ní kìnnìkan lórúkọdé.
Wọ́n fi patronize àwọn.
Yes, because àwọn tó wá padà pè nìyẹn. Then àwọn yẹn náà ló máa padà pè wọ́n pé à ń gbádùn eré yín. Ẹ má gbàgbé mi sọ kó báàdó but ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ gan òróró ra mọ́tò ń gbà ẹ̀ bá ń gba mọ́tò wọ́n máa gba mọ́tò tó bá yẹ kí mọ́tò yẹn jẹ́ 1 million so wọ́n á sọ 200,000 virtual capital ló máa fi ṣe yòókù so wọ́n á sì sọ 200,000 wọ́n á máa san owó díẹ̀díẹ̀ àìmọye mọ́tò tó ti repossess so don't be joking if you ó ti yàtọ̀ díẹ̀ ń sìn yìí o but even bóyá yàtọ̀ díẹ̀ ń sìn tó bá rí lérè kan tó lo mọ́tò kan tó bá ṣe báyìí pé ẹ fún wa lówó ó lè má ní ṣíṣì mọ́tò yẹn ó lè jẹ́ tó bá ṣọ́ra ó máa repossess in the next few weeks pọ́pọ́lọpọ̀ yẹn ra mọ́tò nìyẹn you know because the fees are funny they were funny at that time it's better now so fees because producer fẹ́ maximize profit especially ìgbà tó yá táwọn marketer náà rí pé àwọn fẹ́ máa own rights so wọ́n wá ń gbówó lẹ̀ ẹ lọ ṣe wá tó bá rí pé ògùn ẹ tàn wọ́n á gbówó fún ẹ ẹlòmíì lè máa wá ẹ pé àwọn èèyàn ń wá ẹ kiri pé tó bá ṣe fíìmù ẹgbẹ́ àgbàlẹ̀ tó ṣe ń lọ ní ìsinyìí èèyàn kan lè nígbà yẹn ẹnìkan kan lè sọ pé a ò lè ṣe fíìmù náà because you have a follower base. So they are looking for you to give you money. They are looking at their naira and kobo.
All right.
So that's how we got into the home video era.
Now, from àwọn tó jẹ́ major players ní pre-colonial or colonial era.
Àwọn òyìnbó nìyẹn.
Àwọn òyìnbó nìyẹn.
Kò sí àwọn Nigerians really.
Now the golden era. The golden era.
Yes. Àwọn Ọlábalógun. Adéyẹmí Afọláyan. Even the Awada Kẹ́ríkẹ́rí organization. Àwọn Jimoh Ali.
Mélòó nínú àwọn tó wà ní golden era ni wọ́n transcend sí home video?
I think, of course, everybody knows that Ogadabelo is still here. Baba is still here. Baba has lived through generations. Thomas sọ pé encyclopedia of generation. Wọ́n wá láti travelling theatre sínú golden era, sínú reversal era, sínú television era, sínú home video era, sínú new Nollywood, sínú digital era. So he has transcended all the generations. Jimoh Ali too, Jide Kosoko has also transcended into that era. I'm talking about the top players, yeah? Jide Kosoko also did. Dele also did. Omobadele Odule has also done that. across eras, so from the golden era. Ni mo sọ yìí o. Dele Odule 2. Of course, àwọn Samson Eluwole 2. Yes. Baba Wande has seen all the eras up until now. Yes. Alhaji Karim Adebayo. Yes. I'm trying to roll up this. Mama Rainbow. How could I ever forget that? I saw Mama Rainbow in Yaniwura, and I was pleasantly surprised. Beautiful looking lady, but she had already had that grace. One, the grace, young man on that bow, but 31 bear not in the grace, Mama Rainbow, Mama Ido Phillips, that is. Then Mama Lanre Hassan, Mama Wero, she's successfully come from the golden era up onto this era. She's gone through all the eras. All the eras, she's gone through them.
But not many people know about Ogunde. One home video.
He never liked it. He didn't support it.
Adelove deliberately was never a part of it.
Adelove did home video eventually. I saw one Adelove home video, at least, that I know. Ogbon Lugba.
Oh, okay.
I saw Ogbon Lugba. At least. So, tell about something about Adelove show video, man. Run. I saw another Adelove home video. At least I know Ogbon Lugba, where he played with a Rolls Royce. On film recorders in Rolls Royce. Ìyàwó Adelove, played by his sister Toyin Afolayan, who would drive out. So gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ń sọ nínú mọ́tò, ó máa record there. So then ó máa gbọ́nlé. Thriller àti wà sí pẹ́ now. So when they say technology, most of the technology is subjective. This is a man who had played with modernity. How would you think that there's a recorder in the car that you can wire it tí wàá fi máa gbọ́ kọ́tẹ́ nìyẹn sọ nínú mọ́tò nílé? Early 90s, Ogbon Lugba, Rolls Royce, Nofilo, wọ́n ta guitar ẹ̀ náà nù ẹ̀, still sang there. It was not the quintessential Adelove story. It was a drama, you know, a thriller drama. So he did. Adelove moved to the home video, and I'm sure if he was still alive, I think he would have moved into all the eras because he successfully moved into the home. So he did home video. Adelove did home video.
All right. So now home video era brought about marketers.
Yes. So now the problems. Okay. So many problems. The marketer and Bawa, jacket, all those problems. People were now looking for alternatives. Now, they didn't know what alternatives they had. So some persons, I don't know the first person to open a YouTube channel that started doing Yoruba film, but I know that Iroko TV started the trend of digital channels. Iroko TV.
What era is this new
cinemas folk?
No. After the golden,
the digital era, the new Nollywood.
Okay, immediately after home video.
Home video, but there was a bridge. Digital era, digital era, what? Straddle home video era at the new Nollywood.
Okay.
Digital era, but I chose to come and place it after the cinema era, and I'll tell you why I did that.
All right.
So Omofin saw Iroko TV. So Iroko TV bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n ti ń ṣe gbogbo àwọn video yẹn là ń gbọ́ Iroko TV, but Iroko TV ò ṣe Yorùbá. Àwọn fíìmù àwọn upper weka, àwọn Ìgbò, àwọn Gẹ̀ẹ́sì ò ní wọ́n ń ṣe. Don't forget that at this period, Silverbird Gallery at the day, sometime in ni golden ni home video era, Silverbird Gallery at Waleko. So at any Silverbird cinemas, don't show only Hollywood, Bollywood films, foreign films. So Tush people don't love it. Àwọn bourgeois ló ń lọ bẹ̀, àwọn aristocratic, There's a name I'm looking for. Concept and skip me.
Elite, Savi.
The elite. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Àwọn Borokini. No love. Àwọn tó pé àwọn ọmọ wọn kọjá island sí airport. Wọ́n wà mainland gan. The only time they come to the island is when they are going to Ikeja and they are going to fly. So àwọn lọ Galleria, the Tush guys. So àwọn wannabes, wọ́n wá láti mainland, wọ́n lọ síbẹ̀. Láàrin time mainframe ti wà. Ṣé àwọn pé Bàbá Túndé Kèlání ó straddle gbogbo eras ni. Golden, colonial, golden, because ayé colonial wọ́n ti wà ní NTA. You know, golden, reversal, gbogbo eras. So àwọn wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní produce. Photography yá wọn. So he's doing better pictures, better production with grants, with support, funding from investors. So I want to bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe business. Láti lẹ̀, àwọn ò ṣe à ń gbádùn yín, anything tó bá ní kẹ́ fi help wa, no. Àwọn Yorùbá film comes with, mo fẹ́ ṣe film, help wa. Túndé Kèlání comes to you with a proposal. Because he worked with the academia. So they guided him. And then, of course, wọ́n ní ọgbọ́n àtinúdá, wọ́n ti ṣe pẹ̀lú Adelove now. Wọ́n ṣe pẹ̀lú Ogunde. So those guys were shrewd business people, organized business people. I saw their documents. I saw digital copies of their documents. I think at some point I was able to lay my eyes on physical copies of their documents. They had production diaries. Where is the production diary for these people? So if you are not on an Adelove set, if you read the production diary, you will know what has happened on that set. They had production diaries, they had expense receipts, they had expense account, they had books that they kept. That's how they kept track of how much I spent. Of course, it was a loan. So they had to pay back. The man had to work out what was his gain, what was his interest. So they are business people, organized business people. I own video, not disorganized.
Yeah, because they had just the marketer to report.
Yeah. So they didn't, because they were not committal to the business. My comments, my debate. These guys were committed to the business. They had commitments. They had houses in line. You know, so Túndé Kèlání came with his brand of home video. And so it became Mainframe Films and others. It became Mainframe Films and others. Mainframe became a class. So on the Mainframe platform, here, Tade Ogino also became a platform. Tade Ogino also appeared in the platform. I think Tade Ogino also is someone who came from the television era. I don't think he was in the golden era, from the television era. I don't think he participated much in the commercial until it was time for home video. But he had been around in NTA since the television. I want Lola school abroad. Not really Lola, but I more privileged people to average middle class. To always send them abroad. So educated abroad, had finesse around him, and he worked at the NTA. So translated that to home videos and all that, and it worked. So we had the Túndé Kèlání, then we had the Tade Ogino. So we had the Cinecraft, Wale Fanu flow with Tade Ogino. We had the Mainframe Productions flow and all that, and others. So they became markers. Those two became markers and others. Now, Túndé Kèlání now came with Shawuride and featured Kunle Afolayan. Naturally, from interviews, from chats, he had aspirations. So he had wanted to go and do it. Túndé Kèlání, no, let's start again, go back to school, finish school, then come back. So I think after school, he came back. Túndé Kèlání tried him with the role. And Túndé Kèlání was the first person to prove that you don't need to lead your film with a star. Most of his films, I don't think he led with stars. Or he led with actors, people who he thinks. Abeni was not a star. The Shola Ashideko was not a star anywhere. Bukola Awoyemi was not a Awoyemi, yes, in Aruba was not a star anywhere. Kole Afolayan was not a star anywhere. Kabira and Kafidipe were not stars. But what he did, he had a way of putting them there and surrounding them with
no faces.
That's it. So he just made a balance. So the film is not about the stars, but it is within the stars. It always worked, right? So he locked that format and it worked well. So from his aspiration, Kunle left his job in the bank and went to take a course in New York Film Academy and returned and decided to shoot a film, Irapada. A light bulb went up in his head and he decided that having seen the experience of his father's business, decides that I am not releasing on home video. I'm taking it to the cinema. So Irapada went to the cinemas. Oni Kunle sọ pé I started the trend of dancing. That I have danced at Odeon Cinema in London, not even in Nigeria. In marketing my films. I just cannot do it again. I have moved beyond that level. So Kunle opened the door. And Irapada did well. Then B. Akindele followed with Half of a Yellow Sun. The adaptation of Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's book, the film adaptation of Half of a Yellow Sun. Once that followed, àwa Yorùbá bólẹ̀ wà la níṣẹ́ or àwa la bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́, àwa la máa ń pẹ́ rí opportunity or àwa la máa ń pẹ́ ká tó dórí opportunities. Because ọ̀lẹ ń bẹ lára àwọn tí ń ṣe sinimá Yorùbá. I make bold to say it. We don't take opportunities. Àwọn ọmọ Igbo, they see the money. They may not see it, but once you show them the example, they move in and they take control. Of course, everybody wants to take control. So the English-speaking flow of Nollywood moved in. So we began to call it New Nollywood. So it now became a style that everyone now began to aspire to shoot cinema film, which Yoruba film people were not able to shoot for a while. But it will surprise you to know that even whilst they were shooting all those cinema films, eventually àwọn ọmọ wa ní fíìmù Yorùbá náà padà lò tán bá fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ gidi. But they needed to be taught and trained. So àwọn ọmọ wa náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wá upgrade the skill yẹn. Tọ́lá àwọn náà mọṣẹ́, àwọn yẹn mọ finance, àwọn yẹn mọ business. They show business, they showmanship. So Yoruba film people, especially at the home video era, we are good with showmanship. Torí ẹ̀ like party àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Torí ẹ̀ ni àwọn marketer ṣe gba show business mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́, because you don't do the business. You just sign your film off. You don't want to take risks. You sign your film off because you need the money now. You just sign it off. A marketer gives you money to shoot a film. You chop half of the money. Now, you chop half of the money not because you want to keep it and shoot your own film. You chop half of the money because you want to buy 2 cars and marry another wife. Because if you save that kind of money, tó wá ti bá marketer ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ lọ, ó yẹ kí ìwọ náà wá fi owó tó yọ ń bẹ̀ tó parí mọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, ó yẹ kó fi ṣe business ni. No, we use it to buy cars and carry women, you know, and live the life. And you say some people are now doing business, so you now have to go back and rely on them again for business instead of you to lock your business. So Kunle came with that, and the Igbo people followed it and took control of the entire cinema system. And then, boy, tell you about the film, okay, business structure, so I am going to Nigerian film go matter. So Nigerian films began to come in. Cinemas now began to open. Now, don't forget that I said Iroko TV had come at that time. So as it began to become popular, Nollyfund came funded Film One to àwọn guys yẹn wá láti Odeon, àwọn Kenen Paru. I think Kenen Paru is not at Film One anymore, right? Kenen Paru wọ́n wá funded them. I think Afrinolly was also part of the studios that got the BOI loan and all that. So production was bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lọ. Ó wá di pé nítorí pé àwọn ti control ẹ̀, àwọn olóyìnbó ti control ẹ̀, ó wá di pé anything you do in Yoruba is substandard. Ẹ má gbàgbé pé àwọn náà help story yẹn by producing substandard nonsense. So one wá because they kept doing wishy-washy things, they began to help the story that anything done in language, especially Yoruba, is not good enough. Don't forget that Kunle Afolayan did Irapada, which was in Yoruba, but Kunle Afolayan did say that he found a way not to make it a Yoruba film. So it was multilingual. So it was pan-Nigerian. So even though it was primarily in Yoruba, wọ́n gbé other languages orí ẹ̀, wọ́n sọ Hausa, wọ́n sọ Òyìnbó, wọ́n sọ Igbo. And
they established their locations, Jos,
Kano. But if you check Yoruba people, the story is about Yoruba people. But smart man, because he looked at the politics of what was going on there. If you locked it at Yoruba, àwọn Silverbird, àwọn Ben Bruce, gbogbo wọn lè má gbà. And he did it, and it worked, and everybody followed. But wọ́n wá take care over, àwọn Igbo take care over, àwọn Yoruba continue láti máa ṣe tiwọn. Ó wá di pé wọ́n aspire pé wọ́n máa pè é ní cinema. They kept doing. We kept doing our thing. So at that time, YouTube seemed popular díẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn Yoruba Hood, Libra TV. So wá di pé tó bá fún marketer ní iṣẹ́, a fi sí YouTube. On grow díẹ̀. I can't really put dates and times on this, but that's how it developed. Fún tó bá ti fún marketer máa bẹ fi sí YouTube. Or while tí marketer bá ti tà tán, wà lọ wá YouTube. You are signing different deals.
But let's not forget a time that after a producer is done with his production,
yes, please,
the aspiration would be to put it on African Magic.
Oh yes, yes. That was before the advent of YouTube. Before YouTube now became popular.
Okay.
Tó bá ti wá tà, a lọ sí African Magic. Tó bá ti bọ́ sí African Magic tó ti ń lọ. Then nígbà tó yá, ó di Ìdúmọ̀tà, African Magic, YouTube, tripartite. However, at some point, the marketers began to control these three levels. So wọ́n máa gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, àwọn náà máa bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe deal, marketing, jacket, CD, àwọn náà máa ṣe African Magic. So wọ́n á gbà cut lórí African Magic náà because ó léèyàn nù bẹ̀. Àwọn náà ti ní structure ń bẹ̀. Then YouTube. So at some point, Libra TV, channels, YouTube channels like Libra TV. I keep saying Libra TV because I'm a bit close to Uncle Lekon. So I understood how he built that channel from scratch. You know, he's one of the earliest people after Yoruba Hood. Please, arguably, so it's not unarguably. If you see anything before him, some channels might have come before him, but channels that are more Yoruba Hood, Libra TV. So I want to bring it. They took risks. And then people, when you see African Magic go bash one, bring it. So they tested with so many things. Digital era, cinema. So as it began to become popular, take note, Yoruba films were popular in the cinema at the time. Yeah. One of the ways Yoruba films were popular is I build the Nexus Yoruba Idumota distribution at YouTube. Yeah. They are relevance. Odunlade Adekola build the popularity yeah, the level to where they began to now call him to come to cinema films. But as what? That's where my first error came. That's why I said he needs to transcend. As what? As the clown, as a Yoruba clown. For example, in Taxi Driver, Kwashewu, as a taxi driver who's a Yoruba clown. So they situated them not in roles, but they created roles to suit their specialization in their core industries. So Thomas is needy, that's Yoruba person. Someone have a pull audience here. Business gimmicks, so they put Odunlade Adekola in. The first cinema film I saw Tony Abraham on was what's this thing called? The Okafor's Law. That was when she began to rebrand. When I saw Tony in Okafor's Law, I was in the cinema hall. And she was struggling with pronunciation. She was trying to pronounce. It wasn't giving for people. You will see, coact. Until the time when she had to speak in Yoruba, everybody in the hall, I was in the US, actor. So all the while she was speaking English. One reactor. Until she had to now speak Yoruba, because àwọn kìnìún máa ń sọ ní Yoruba yẹn, not to wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rí ló túraká. So she couldn't act in English, which is why I keep saying that people need to lock in training. You need to be able to do that. So these guys began to come into the Yoruba into the cinema industry. Dear. Then Funke made a hit with Jennifer 1 and 2. Funke Akindele made a hit with Jennifer 1 and 2. So she came back with the return of Jennifer. Take note that Jennifer 1 and 2 was purely Yoruba film. When she was returning with the return of Jennifer to cinema, it wasn't a Yoruba film again. It became a so it became almost an English film. So one can saw Yoruba about a Yoruba space. Someone saw Yoruba. So she had to take it away from Yoruba. That was the only way it was going to penetrate, cinemas. But be that as it may, they kept penetrating it bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit. I think because Odunlade Adekola had also penetrated what war and he wanted to finish clownish roles. Or not a commission, not a partner, not the vendor. So he just needed that clownish thing. What my audience survey? Somebody go, audience, okay, one like and clownish things. Anyway, audience were not then well educated. One were
the vendor. She going to Odunlade.
No, Odunlade production. I think in partnership with Femi. Okay. Nigba, no, I think. So that was the beginning of films. Fun Yoruba film actors, but not in Yoruba. Now, that one also at that time ni Modorisha. I think one of the Kanara one Yoruba film to jẹ́ Yoruba film to kọ́kọ́ wọ cinema ó ní Modorisha. Kemi Afolabi. Modorisha. And well, I said it then. I will say it now. It was an absolute embarrassment.
Modorisha.
Yes, please. See that film again. Get it again and see it again. Look at the special effects. Mo describe where as in to that be paper mache. That's when people said my mouth was too. Because did you see Modorisha?
No.
No, you didn't see. That's why you cannot follow me. At that time, the special effects could be way better. Come on. I tell you the special effects. I want Oloyinbo now. So if I'm more now, watch the special effects. Once I lost set design, it is still the Lalukman style set design. I mean, come on. You could put some touch of finesse into these things. Anyway, she made an attempt. He got into the cinema and couldn't pay. Around cinema, around film, you need the basic 3 weeks law. What's a young crew? Yeah, because I'm a young crew. Politics no one there. And then I know that to help politics here with the quality of production, don't she? So my yank it off. They take it away. So our earliest Yoruba films, I don't remember any other Yoruba film, but I guess a couple of our Yoruba film, me no what on one Yoruba, but I think Modorisha will lead back in absolute Yoruba language to what. So Talowa lead the Yoruba film, Yoruba film wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wọlé was I think then Netflix ti wá dé at some point. Netflix wá ṣe acquisition Lionheart. I think at that time it was $1 million. $1 million. Yes. Netflix acquired Lionheart.
1 million.
Eh?
1 million?
Just $1 million. Netflix acquired Lionheart with $1 million. I remember that figure. Yeah? It's $1 million. Yes, please. Low surgery, Genevieve, you know, $1 million. And so now, don't forget, Iroko TV, no, wow, it was in Tabiobio as streamer, still there. Netflix, day, Oberesini, she share, on share, dear, on share acquisition. Ki Netflix, no, to Oberesi, she Netflix original for Nigeria.
$3.8 million.
$3.8 million.
Yeah.
Okay, I beg your pardon. Okay, so I just wanted to be modest. $3.8 million. Wow. Am I sure about that? $3.8 million.
This is what I find online anyway.
Well, I read somewhere that it was $1 million. But it's verifiable. It's agreeable. Coco Nipe, they bought it in some money that was stinkingly plenty at that time for any Nigerian producer.
Even after that time, have they bought any movie
that high? No. No. Any film that high? No. Okay, so they now began to also commission originals for Nigeria. Now, àwọn olóyìnbó tí ń ṣe tó bá lọ cinema, wọ́n á lọ sí film tó bá ti wá popular cinema, ó ní Netflix padà sí nsìn. Wọ́n ti padà sí pé lọ ta film ẹ wá
ní
cinema. Tó bá ti work, mú wá bí. Ṣẹ̀jẹ̀, ó ní nǹkan tó jẹ́ kán dé bẹ́ẹ̀.
So kò sí original Netflix.
No. They are not commissioning. They are not giving you money. You might have filmed. There are so many ways to these things. You might have filmed, and if they look at it, they can acquire it as an original.
Okay.
Let me tell you, the first earliest films of Femi Adebayo, they were not shot as original. As a matter of fact, the man confided in me that when he was shooting Ageshinkole, King of Thieves, he didn't know what he was going to do with it. He said producers came to set. The man is alive now. All of you have his number. You have his social media handle. Call him now. The man told me and said he just knew that it was time to move. Sherry, only motion killer fún ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn o. Àwọn èèyàn rò pé nǹkan tí mo sọ the other time pé mo fi ń pull wọn down. No. He sat at a point and decided that I need to leave this level. Don't forget that he had also had interactions with Kunle Afolayan. Nígbà tí wọ́n gba owó BOI, tán ṣe The Bridge.
Last one recording producer of Bridge.
No. The Adebayo family did. No, I want to say. Okay, no. Last one ni The Bridge.
The Bridge, yeah.
Àwọn Adebayo náà ṣe film kan in English. I forgot the title of the film. That Kunle also came and helped them to direct. I think it's The Bridge, but I don't know. Last one did one. They also did one. Maybe I'm not sure of the title now. They did a film in English language. Title I can't remember if it's not The Bridge. So ìgbà yẹn ṣáà wípé Tọ́pẹ́ Adébáyọ̀ ló máa ń direct gbogbo the Adebayo films. They made Tọ́pẹ́ Adébáyọ̀ assistant director. Kunle ló direct at that time. So But I think it came to a point I felt, okay, I have done this. Maybe he sat there and said, I need to move now.
Away from the Jelili.
Away from the Jelili. I need to do something better. Oh no, ọ̀rọ̀ tán sọ fún mi pé mo ti ní face. Nísìn, mo fẹ́ owó. Tí bá rówó tó pọ̀, mo fẹ́ legacy. Which is the place he's moving into now. Yeah, he's moving into the realm of money. Now moving into legacy. He also wants to build a legacy for himself. So he said he was shooting against Shinkole. He knew that he just wanted to shoot something different. Where he was going to sell it, how he was going to sell it, he didn't know. But I knew I must do a different film. He said marketers were saying, Inton Yai, kò sẹ́ni tí ó rà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, a lè rà, a lè afford it. Ọlọ́run sọ kó ṣá fọhùn sílẹ̀.
Ó ti pọ̀ jù.
Bó ti pọ̀ jù. He told me, ẹ̀sẹ̀ ìtẹ́gbọ̀n bá máa jókòó sórí síìtì yìí ní ìsìn báyìí tó máa sọ pé àwọn ò sọ fún mi mọ́. Mo ń rí ẹ̀kọ́, and nígbà tí kì í ṣe pé mo fi ń ba orúkọ wọn jẹ́, mo ń sọ nǹkan tó ń sọ fún mi, kì í dẹ̀ ṣọ̀rọ̀ májà gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ níta ni. I need to move. Somebody is saying that I need to move. Isn't it a good thing? So mo ní láti, wọ́n lè ya Agẹṣinkólé. I think in the process of shooting Agẹṣinkólé, he met with Niyi Akimolayan to help pẹ̀lú post-production. Only as a matter of fact, àwọn ti gé film yẹn tán. Àwọn ti gé tán. Àwọn wá mú film yẹn. Àwọn wá ń ṣe sample opinion. Introductions now came. Àwọn ti ṣe film àwọn tán. Niyi wá sọ pé, can we add this? Can we add this? Can we add this? Ló wá bá wọn ṣe cinema deal. That was how I get. Ó ní wọ́n ṣe wá pé take notes. The first installment of Agẹṣinkólé, wọn tẹrú tó ń pe title ẹ̀ ní title Yorùbá. Subtitle ní Agẹṣinkólé.
King of Thieves.
It was King of Thieves, Agẹṣinkólé. Ìgbà tó ṣe 2 ni wọ́n lè pé wọ́n emphasize King of Thieves rárá àti wá gbẹ̀rẹ̀ gẹ̀jígẹ̀. So ìgbà tó ṣe deal yẹn, wọ́n ṣe deal pẹ̀lú Amazon Prime. It didn't go on Netflix. I'm not bóyá ó ti wá padà wá Netflix insane, but it was Prime then. So then he moved on to shoot. He said, okay, since that is ṣe yẹn, once he was successful, so what he read, and I like him. He used also the process to learn, and he built a team. If you see his team working, and he didn't use, and I keep telling people about brand. If you are doing something tele with a brand that is not working, and you want to do something new, it might be important for you to change that brand name. One reason that Femi did not go with J15 Media Network to cinema, he went with Euphoria 360. So, also the Tobaresh project is now Euphoria 360 Media. So, I wish our indie productions J15 Media Network. O split here. Ìwọ máa ṣe lé. Jẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ ilé fún ilé. Má jẹ́ kán mọ̀ fún.
Ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ fàtí Bọ̀dàkúnlé táwọn náà ní golden effect àti cap. Bọ́dà bí cap ńgbà kan.
No, golden effect pictures. Not fi bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Okay.
Nígbà tó yá, Kúnlé Afọláyan Productions. Sorry pọ̀, èmi ò ní sọ ẹ̀. Business strategy. Àwọn náà lè down. Àwọn náà ní right láti down. Oríṣiríṣi nǹkan wà tá a gbọ́.
Tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú owó àbí?
Oríṣiríṣi nǹkan wà tá a gbọ́. Àwọn ni wọ́n máa sọ story yẹn. Àwọn náà ní lọ́wọ́. Tí mi ò bá ti ní facts nípa nǹkan, mi ò fẹ́ allude sí. Mo gbọ́ source tí mo dẹ̀ ti gbọ́ kò tíì ṣojú ṣara. Ẹni pé mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ Fẹ́mi Adebayo yìí clearly. You know why? I had a conversation with him. So I am saying most of the things I'm saying are some of the things tó ń sọ fún mi nípa báwọn yẹn fẹ́ progress. Ìgbà tí yẹn dẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀, he said, okay, lè padà sẹ́yìn mọ́ láíláí. Although wọ́n ti ya ẹ̀sìn, kó tó ya Agẹṣinkólé ẹ má dẹ̀ ti rí pé ẹni tó fẹ́ move ni pẹ̀lú ẹ̀sìn yẹn so bọ́jọ́ wá release Agẹṣinkólé wọ́n wá release ẹ̀sìn sí YouTube gba mo wo ẹ̀sìn yẹn mo wò pé kí ló tí wọ́n test cinema pẹ̀lú ẹ̀sìn it would have sold but mo ti wá wò cinema ò ní gbà it's highly religious volatile so if we can have gangs of Lagos comments we would have had a backlash on that essence. So I think it's safe place to why not on YouTube. So it's fine. Then he came back with Jagun Jagun. Even when they were filming Jagun Jagun, of course, because also Harmony Akimolayan, who was circumspect with the streamers and the cinema. So, on she deal here. By the time she Jagun Jagun ton, iṣẹ́ big value production here, ó ti yí ẹ̀gbọ́n. Àwọn náà ti gbéra, wọ́n ti ṣeré lọ Netflix headquarters l'America. Wọ́n ya photo ńbẹ̀ náà, wọ́n ṣe video. So mo sure pé kì í ṣe photo nìkan náà lọ yà. Wọ́n lọ béèrè àwọn béèrè kọ̀ọ̀kan. So that when tọ́n wá padà dé, tọ́n wá fẹ́ ṣe 7 doors, wọ́n á ṣe differently. Wọ́n ṣe differently that look, instead of partnership, can we talk about how much you want to be paid? And they discussed it. One saw for the post-production company, Anthill Studios. Instead of running partnership, wọ́n lè máa sustain lórí partnership yẹn for long. So, paid. Issues náà pọ̀ níbẹ̀, many issues. So that ìbátan máa ṣe Agẹṣinkólé 2. Wọ́n ti rí cinema, wọ́n ti rí streamers, ṣe ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ń so ìbátan wá pẹ̀lú Agẹṣinkólé 2. Nígbà tí mo rí structure Agẹṣinkólé 2 yẹn, mo pàtẹ́wọ́ fún Femi Adebayo.
Kí n dédé pàtẹ́wọ́.
Yes, mi ò dẹ̀ kí n dédé pàtẹ́wọ́. Mo pàtẹ́wọ́ fún Femi Adebayo. I'm not talking about the film or something. Money structure. Femi Adebayo now has grown to the fact that he has realized that he can also create a post-production studio by himself that people can bring money to. So Agẹṣinkólé 2 was edited post-prod at Euphoria 360 Studios. Nígbà táwọn Sanjay Adégòkè wà nílẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ tó ti ṣiṣẹ́ tó dáa, táwọn Ṣọlá Ìyànríndé wà tó ti ṣiṣẹ́ tó dáa tó better. Ẹ kàn láti fún wọn ní tools ni. Wọ́n máa ṣe ju nǹkan táwọn èèyàn ṣe ní Anthill Studio lọ. So, ọmọ fi ń sọ pé Yorùbá movie producers, they want the money. They want the the noise, the
paparazzi,
fanfare that comes with being a cinema producer, but they don't want to do the business. Femi Adebayo is putting his mouth, his money, and effort where his mouth is. He's putting his money where his mouth is. He's investing in infrastructure as a businessman. Which is what Kunle Afolayan is doing. Is a simple thing. The man went to shoot in Komu, Igbojaye, and there was no hotel to shoot Anikulapo in. And he saw the opportunity, got a piece of land, and started building a resort. Do you know what is reckoning? Oh, maybe you think he's just sitting there. Do you know that in Cap Hub, our team to market Cap Film Village and Resort, or their staff for Cap Film Village, there's a business manager for Cap Film Village and Resort. He has staff that he pays, structure. It's creating a structure. So much so that if he's not shooting a film, also pé nígbà tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe oúnjẹ, tí wọ́n wo budget táwọn ná fún oúnjẹ, àwọn dey like oúnjẹ normally. Ẹ jẹ́ ká create canteen gbà ẹ̀. Come and gba catering. So budget catering iṣẹ́ kó lọ síta. A wà nínú system yẹn. Kì í ṣe kí wọ́n máa ná jẹ. No. A san owó yẹn fún afẹ́fẹ́ yẹyẹ restaurant.
So owó yẹn máa circle.
It is still there. As a businessman, and please, who's the CEO of all the businesses? So this is it. He gets paid as CEO of Cap Hub. 1. He must get paid as CEO of Cap Film Resort and Film Village. He gets paid as CEO of Ire Clothing. Because these are independent businesses. He gets paid as CEO of Afefe Restaurant. He gets paid as CEO of Cap Cinema. These are independent cinemas. They are independent businesses. So the money stays with him. So he can smoke cigar. He can afford big drinks. People think, oh, where's Tolu? The man is working hard and playing hard. And you see, the man has created his fund around his business. That's wise. He's created his fund around his business. Femi is beginning to create that too. And then he's creating partnerships. African Men Entertainment Kings. I don't understand that name. I come and consult. Call my law Oruko. Oruko entire more purpose. You should write a goal. You should write a focus of the group. And they're doing well. Tell the company about share one funny check. One support production. One mulara one the social club, professional body. Which is good partnerships. And you only dash it. That's good. So he's trying to create the systems that they should have created. That people see. Now is the time for me to throw names now. People like Muyiwa Ademola should have created. They are the ones who first had the opportunities to do these big things with Ori, Ogo, Shupa. Tell me, if anybody tells me that they were bigger than Muyiwa Ademola at that time, can you bought Tanisi, Kowaso? Koto Dipe Murphy Afolabi, God bless his soul, became the next big thing. Toba big Muyiwa Ademola law, Muyiwa Ademola. The people who had opportunities to create these systems, Uncle wa gangan, Boda wa Wemimo Olupo. Ta going back on laju won travel. But people were not thinking, maybe if you sit here and you put this to him, that I said this, maybe he will tell you why he didn't do it. He might have his stories. Because, but I know, look at billboard, full films. Home video films for that matter, billboards. He used billboard, that's strategic. That's an innovation. Agbada lo billboard, I didn't know Nollywood, no. But I want to low home video. So if he did not create these systems, if he didn't think of these systems, maybe if he sits here, he will tell you why. So put it to him. So Femi has created a very smart flow, which I think people like Odunlade Adekola should follow. Right? Funke is also Funke is a female counterpart to that. She's created studios in that her Amen Estate flow. She's created lodges. She's created a system. Forget all the shenanigans of personality. Let's leave that. Let's talk about the work. She has worked hard on these productions. So she described Funke as a Yoruba film actor. She's simply a Nigerian actor of Yoruba descent. Eventually, variation Yoruba film ni gbogbo àwọn role tó padà ń ṣe. But it will be hard for you to describe Funke Akindele simply as a Yoruba actor or Yoruba language filmmaker. She has transcended that. And she transcended to business. She's one of the first people that first cracked distribution with Scene One app. So you see that Funke is not doing film. Funke is not just a film company. Fan is a production company, content production company. She has My Siblings and I commissioned, right? She had Industry. That Industry was one of the most underrated serial drama series. Underrated though, directed by J.J.C. Skills and Rashid Bello. Interesting series, Industry. I couldn't put down my phone or my laptop whilst I was watching. She did the Jennifer Diary series. Now she has taken something out of the Jennifer Diary series now, Ayetoro Town. Akin to what irú nǹkan tí mo tẹ́ gbàgbé Yorùbá gan ní show yìí sọ òyìnbó tó pọ̀. Nǹkan tí Amaka Igwe ṣe pẹ̀lú Fuji House of Commotion to drag it out. It was a scene or a section nínú Checkmate ló di Fuji House of Commotion. So Funke náà ti drag out Ayetoro Town out of Jennifer's Diary. So she's doing content.
So they're always shooting.
They're always shooting.
With Fan Abyssin One.
Well, I think she's doing Fan for big productions like Femi is doing.
Okay.
She's doing Scene One with the smaller contents.
Okay.
Femi too is shooting the Lialayo Commission Star Times project and all that. And then people began to complain at that time. I want to call no jokoti. So I just want to open it up. Come on, you bit budget now. And then tí wọ́n náà bá ṣiṣẹ́ débẹ̀ wá débẹ̀ now. Ó náà fò débẹ̀ now. Ó ṣiṣẹ́. Ó mọ̀yàn. Ó gbàdúrà débẹ̀ ni now. Okay, so tí wọ́n kan bá fẹ́ ní monopoly, ó yá lọ bèrè. Lọ ṣiṣẹ́ débẹ̀ now. Ó ní mò ń fẹ́ fún ni mò ń review ni mò ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ ń sìn. Kò tí dówó any time. And I make bold to say it. I said it the other time. 2016 till now, August 27, 2016 till now, I've not made a kobo from reviewing. Oh, you are brilliant. Oh, you are good. Mo ti gba gbogbo comment you are good. Ìyẹn nísìn báyìí nísìn. Video wa tó jáde. Mo ti gbọ́ video you are good. Ní kò tí sí pé, oh, take this. Oh, can you do this for me? So that màá lè sọ eléyìí fún ẹ. Kò tí yọ. Yo. So ìjọ tó bá yọ tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n pè mí báyìí tẹ́nìkan sọ pé get Tolu Fagbure láti ṣe lè get Tolu Fagbure ṣóun nìkan ni jọ ní ìsìn táwọn èèyàn bú mi tẹ́nìkan ṣe pè fún mi lórí YouTube tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi lórí Facebook tẹ́nìkan bú mi ní ìsìn ó bá mi gbà ó èmi kan mò ń share ẹ̀. So tí ọwọ́ tó bá ṣẹ́gun sí ẹnu ọwọ́ yẹn ló yẹ kó jẹ́ o. Mo fẹ́ fún sí because mo ti decide nísìnyí pé mo ti create ní ìṣẹ́ pé I am a reviewer. If I get roles as an actor, fine. If I get as a director, if you feel tó bá wò pé pẹ̀lú skill boy wá bá mi direct, wá bá mi act, wá bá mi produce, wá consult fún mi, I will do it. Mo ṣe corporate media, documentaries, infotainment, infomercial videos, TV commercials, yes. But films, some people are reaching out to me, bá mi kọ review, bá mi kọ ilé. So if time about ṣe Tolu nìkan ni máa go dìgbà yẹn kí ẹ máa bínú. So everybody, Femi has put in the work. Ó rò pé what's the next thing to do? And he moved. Odunlade Adekola is somebody because we are talking about how the movement. So at the day, at the comfortably go through all the eras. Listen.
Cinema era yẹn la wà ń sìn.
Àti wà ní New Nollywood, àti wà wọ digital era báyìí.
O ní cinema yẹn.
Àti kò cinema, New Nollywood ní cinema.
Okay.
So nígbà tí cinema ti wá dé, streamers dé, o ní digital era. Now so nítorí pé influence of cinema and the Netflix streamer era, the people in the Yoruba film industry now wanted more. They now saw that they could get more. Because wọ́n pè wọ́n láwọn àwọn cinema films àti big streamer films yẹn díẹ̀. So wọ́n fi wọ́n ṣe extra, wọ́n fi wọ́n ṣe 5C, 2C. Wọ́n á wò wọ́n wò bí structure ṣe ń lọ, wọ́n wò bí iṣẹ́ ṣe ń lọ, wọ́n wò bówó ṣe ń lọ, so they wanted more. So wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní àwọn iṣẹ́ tí marketer ò wá gbà, wọ́n wá ń wà the mercy of YouTube. Nígbò wá yá, àwọn marketer náà wá jọgbọ́n wọn, àwọn marketer náà wá lọ sí YouTube. Àwọn marketer náà tí wọ́n take control YouTube because àwọn náà wọ́n ní YouTube yìí tẹ́lẹ̀, wọ́n kàn ti ṣáájú àwọn actor já sí ni. So continuation shenanigans wọn láyé jacket, wọ́n á fẹ́ continue YouTube, àwọn actor wa ni ó ti yé wa, oníkálukú wọn kọ́ YouTube. Nígbò ya àwọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ aṣágídé, àwọn Débọ̀,
Macaroni,
Adebayo, Mr. Macaroni, àwọn èèyàn náà dé. So àwọn èèyàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní àwọn Emmanuela, àwọn people yẹn dé, Markangel. So àwọn èèyàn náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rí potential digital. So oníkálukú wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní YouTube channel. So oníkálukú ní tó fi wá ń ṣe business ń sìn ni wọ́n fi ń ṣe YouTube channel. So àwọn problems tá ní Ìdúmọ̀tà náà là ní YouTube. Wọ́n ti ẹ̀ ṣe ń regulate Ìdúmọ̀tà tẹ́lẹ̀ torí ìyẹn ń lọ sí kí wọ́n pè census board. YouTube ò tiẹ̀ lọ census board rárá. Social media ò lọ census board. And this is me recommending. This is Tolu Fagbure. I have looked at it. Mo dẹ̀ wò pé social media ó fún àwọn èèyàn ní ẹ̀fọ́rí, ó fún àwọn regulators ní ẹ̀fọ́rí. Ike báwo náà ṣe máa regulate ẹ pé it's a free space. Ẹ̀yin náà ti sọ sí pé àgbàlẹ̀ tí wọ́n censor ní ẹ̀ lè máa regulate wa ní orí television.
Àti rédíò
kẹtù wa máa regulate wa bí, but ó ti wá ní regulation báyìí. Torí irú wa ògiri wa ti wà ń bẹ̀. Ní tó bá oníkálukú lẹ́nu ló kàn sọ. Ẹ mọ́ sí gbàgbé. Íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì yìí ọwọ́ àwọn ọmọ ló wà. Film content ti kúrò ní big screen, ó ti kúrò ní television screen, ó ti bọ́ sí smaller screen, because there's big screen, there's small screen. Big screen ní cinema, smaller screen ní TV, small screen ní TV, smaller screens
the phones
làwọn devices wa, ó dẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọmọ wa. Àwọn nǹkan tó dẹ̀ wà ń bẹ̀ wà unregulated. So if I was the DG of the VCB, National Film and Video Census Board, máa dìde, máa kó team mi under ministries more. I think it's the Ministry of Culture, Ministry of Culture. Máa gba covering minister, máa lọ sí America, máa ṣe courtesy visit sí Facebook, máa ṣe courtesy visit sí YouTube, máa ṣe courtesy visit sí X. Máa sọ pé fún anybody tó bá ń post láti Nigeria, ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ censorship, kó attach censorship certificate sí video or censorship review sí video tó bá ń post. Tó bá ti attach ẹ̀ mọ́, ẹ sọ pé you will review and get back with a reply in 3 days. So based on review censor yẹn, ẹ máa wò ní iléeṣẹ́ yìí YouTube, ẹ máa dedicate èèyàn kan sí Nigerian desk yẹn, àwọn team kan sí Nigerian desk, wọ́n máa review, wọ́n máa recommend nǹkan tó fẹ́ kó yọ kúrò. So a ti máa discuss nǹkan tá a fẹ́ kó wà ní media space wa. Saying that the internet is unregulatable, I disagree with a passion. Any video streaming service to match, ṣebí àwọn mo gbọ́ pé àwọn Asians disable Facebook now.
Yeah.
They told Facebook we don't want it. So Facebook doesn't work. I forgot which of the Asian countries. But China.
Facebook or China.
It doesn't work. I don't have raw data.
I think so.
But Momo, what discuss any now? So you about discuss pẹ̀lú wọn ní Facebook.
TikTok or China or
now. So about discuss any about as a government. About discuss pẹ̀lú wọn. What should God have now? Otherwise, cut operations in this country. Because What's the rate to having turn out content? Unregulated. You cannot. And a society is not created, is not supposed to exist in absolute freedom. It's a lie. That's why we have systems and hierarchies. Torí ẹ̀ la ṣe létò. A gbọ́dọ̀ ní ìjánu. Tí pèpele kan bá ti wà tí ò sí ìjánu ń bẹ̀ rárá. Mo mọ̀ pé YouTube ti ní community kíní.
Guidelines.
Facebook ti ní community guidelines. But a ní láti wà location specific. A ní láti wà location specific. Pé bí a ṣe fẹ́ kó rí ní Nàìjíríà rèé. China, àwọn Asian countries, yẹn sọ bọ́ ìfẹ́ kó rí. So let's get up and tell them what we want them to see. Kí la fẹ́ kán ṣe. So tó bá máa post video sí YouTube, wá attach video yẹn, wá attach censorship document tó ti review video. So the first thing ni pé everybody máa lọ wáṣẹ́ ṣe. You are talking to somebody say I'm a content producer or alágídí ọ̀lẹ. Àwọn nǹkan tó ń mo mọ̀ kó ń create opportunities. Irú àwọn brother Shaggy, they might not have made it as an actor. Tí kì bá ṣe social media. And later ni mo rí pé irú àwọn brother Shaggy consummate theatre people ni wọ́n, he could drown. I think he graduated from a university theatre art. So ìgbà tí ó rí opportunity, ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe small skits. Yes, it gives an opportunity. But it also regulation also help láti structure. Macaroni. As a matter of fact, mo gbọ́ mi ò lè fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ púpọ̀ pé ó ti try Yorùbá film kò kọ́kọ́ work. Kò work wọ́n fly wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe skits. Ó dẹ̀ blow láti skit, wọ́n dẹ̀ poach ẹ̀ láti bẹ̀. And ẹ máa rí pé unlike brother Shaggy, because brother Shaggy ò kúrò nínú role Shaggy in most of his roles ní film. But unlike brother Shaggy, Adebayo kúrò nínú role Macaroni in films. It's not Macaroni style in film. Shaggy is that Shaggy style. I'd like to see Samuel Perry as an actor in this and that role, not as okay, how are you? It is undisputable that Macaroni is a bloody good actor. Okay, I said it. I'm sure a lot of people are looking at me that, oh wow. Yes. That's why they about that man da. Macaroni man dust ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn actor yìí. Have you seen him acting? Àwọn Yorùbá film not see. Have you seen him? Because he needs to align his process. He's here and there. Nítorí iṣẹ́ tó gbé dání, ó lè jẹ́ activist. Eléré ọba ni ẹ́. Eléré ọba ni ẹ́. Ta làwọn patrons ẹ. You need the policy makers to do business. One policy, your business can go under. So you cannot do business and do activism. I'm talking to Adebayo, and that's my candid opinion as a leader of thought. If you are doing business, you cannot do activism. You have to hobnob with politicians. You have to hobnob with policymakers. You have to leave the realm of activism. Mi ò sọ pé condone nonsense or a bad system. No. As a businessman, you leave activism for the folks who are salary earners, or I don't even want to say small entrepreneurs. People who are salary earners. Leave it for them. Or people who are in politics, leave it for them. As a business owner, enter the realm of advocacy. This is not to say one governor's head is bent. You own a business. You check me now. The day I start at one hotel like this, maybe I'll not review again. Because I need film beggars to come to my hotel. But now that I have not started to the day I start a bar or a restaurant, consistency ló kọ́ wa so màá kàn gbàdá sọ̀rọ̀ gbà àsọ̀rọ̀ gbà lọ́ọ̀lì ayé gbogbo ẹ̀ but ẹ ṣáà ti gbọ́ ẹ tún ṣe àwa change advocacy tone máa different tone máa wá yàtọ̀ realm yẹn ní Chief Gani Adams wà ń sè activist ni wọ́n tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n sì wà ń struggle but wọ́n ti lọ sí advocacy àfàbalẹ̀ sọ́ọ́ wọ́n ti dé àwọn point kan tó máa sọ àwọn kankan tó máa ṣe nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ nǹkan máa bàjẹ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan tó tò tí ó máa túká not because àwọn ò ní lọ but there are so many people tó mentor tó ń look up to him pé when you make it you will make it so a lot of people ń wo débọ̀ Adédáyọ̀ pé bó ṣe make ẹ a máa make ẹ so tí structure yẹn bá crumble but one might crumble. Which is what I think Femi understands. So, but cost structure elo, so that kò ní need dependent people tó máa depend púpọ̀ lórí structure yẹn. They gba owó, ó yá cost structure fáwọn náà, ẹ má pa mí. Kò dẹ̀ tó wá fi structure lẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀ yẹn náà lẹ̀. So, ó wá ṣe structure mẹ́ta, 1, high, 2, medium, 3, low. High ni Euphoria 360, medium ó ní Afrimec àwọn boys tọ́lẹ̀ help máa rẹ̀ gbó help gbogbo wọn fíìmù ẹ̀dá kò dá ó ṣáà tì wọ́n sí sinimá ó tì wọ́n sí kí ó ń tì wọ́n ó ń ṣó wọlé ìzàpù gbogbo wọn ṣáà ń ṣe lọ ìtẹ̀lẹ́ ti wọ́ 10 million views nísìn tí ò bá sì kọjá ẹ̀ ìjọba bá review kí ni o ṣó whatever ẹ̀ ń sè kọ́lé o ṣó yẹ́ ìlànà ìbéyà àwọn ẹ̀ máa yọ̀bọ̀n máa tẹ̀lé mi kiri gígígígígígígígí ní because first statement mi tí màá fi review film yẹn ó máa já àwọn èèyàn láyà pì.
ṣé ká ṣe ni.
a lè ṣe
ká ṣe náà lọ́dọ̀ episode.
a lè ṣe.
bọ̀ mú láti ọkọ lọ wò ó dẹ̀ ṣe 1 or 2 episodes torí mi ò wúrí.
but you must get some guards to continue to now begin to guard your studio before we do it. Okay. Now you talk don't me o. So
nǹkan tó ń bọ̀ tilẹ̀ ògbà.
tí ó gbà mí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n ṣáà ti sọ kan sí.
ọ̀run yàbọ̀.
ọgọ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹnìkan wá ní ìlànà plus nonsense. But look at it, he has created it. So he has created a system for those people and they are climbing. Then he's still building the guys who are coming J15. And a lot of people have passed through him. That's how to create a structure. You have to transcend. You have to do quality films that last after you. It be yàtọ̀ tó wà láàrin wọn àti because we are talking about the transition from new films. Kí tó lọ sí yàtọ̀ tó wà láàrin wọn àti Odunlade Adekola. Another thing ni pé àwọn people were in tí wọ́n bá ti touch. Wọ́n máa ń sọ di pẹ̀fú ẹlẹ́ni. Ẹ wo gbà tí Yorùbá fíìmù ti dé cinema. Tẹ́ pé àwọn olóyìnbó ló ń ṣe cinema. Tó bá ṣe premiere. Ṣé ẹ̀rẹ́ jọ́rí? Wọ́n ó dé bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n ó ṣe meet and greet. Wọ́n ó ṣe red carpet. Tó bá fẹ́ ṣe cocktail, wọ́n á ṣe. Wọ́n á wọlé, wọ́n á wo fíìmù. Ẹ máa ráwọn comment díẹ̀díẹ̀. Ṣé gbọ́ controversy dìde ní kankan rí?
Àbí wọ́n lọ ń jà ńbẹ̀.
Àbí wọ́n lọ ń jà, àbí nǹkan kan lọ ṣe ń gbọ́. Ẹ gbọ́ fídíò kan máa jó, kan máa lu agolo, àbí nǹkan kan. Premiere fíìmù kò ń ṣe launching, kò ń ṣe night of speeches. Solemn event ni. Ẹ wọlé, ẹ ṣe, ẹ dress up. Gbogbo aṣọ tó rí wọ̀ nígbà tó ń lọ location yẹn. Ibẹ̀ yẹn ló ti máa wá wọ̀. Gbogbo fine tó fẹ́ fine lórí set dandan tó wà nulẹ̀ tó fẹ́ shoot ìwọ tó pàdé ọkọ ẹ. I don't understand how they do that nonsense. Ọkọ ẹ délé ní ó pàdé ẹ ní rọ̀lẹ́ bíi 5, 6-ish, 7-ish. Earring ṣì wà létí ẹ, jewelry wà lọ́rùn ẹ, ó sì wọ búbù. Tá a mọ̀ báwọn obìnrin wa ti ń wọṣọ, wíìgì sì wà lórí ẹ. And you want me to take that kind of film seriously? Tí máa sọ pé that's absolute rubbish. Wọ́n á ní Mohash. because àmọ̀ pé àwọn obìnrin tó bá ti ń wọlé láti ẹnu ọ̀nà wọ́n ti yọ wíìgì ẹlòmíì tó ṣe ń wa mọ́tò ó ti tú ráhù lẹ́yìn so bó ṣe ń wọlé lẹ́nu ọ̀nà ó ti fà á bí pra ó ti fàáyọ zì ó ti sọnù.
torí ó ti ní lára.
ọkọ ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ wà nínú ilé ó dress up ó wọ necklace ó wọ earring makeup just because you want to find ó lọ́jà tán polówó náà bẹ́ẹ̀ yá fìyẹn lẹ̀ káwọn bá lọ.
mo fẹ́ ká rap session rẹ̀.
yeah so now àwa kúrò so gbogbo aṣọ tó rí wọ̀ yẹn wá wọ̀ ní premiere solemn event leave when you now leave gbogbo discussion náà orí radio television newspapers structured interviews structured discussions panel sessions meet and greet ibẹ̀ ló dẹ̀ ti kú. Gbogbo I thank my brother, I thank my orí television ló ti máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Kò ń ṣe premiere.
Àbí kò ń ṣe launching.
O lè ṣe ní launching. But tó bá ti gbé nǹkan débì kan, kò ń ṣe indie film. So kí ló ń ṣe launching fún? There's a marketing system. Mo ti sanwó marketing now. Nígbà táwọn yẹn náà mọ̀ pé business ò yé wọn nítorí yẹ kí wọ́n focus lé lórí wọn ò focus ó náà ní cinemas nítorí sá fún lọ́dọ̀ àwọn marketer nígbà tí wọ́n fojú sí business nítorí sá fún lọ́dọ̀ àwọn marketer wọ́n ti padà rí ní cinema sìn because ẹ máa rí pé torí ẹ̀ first 3 weeks yẹn everybody máa káràmásìkì because ìgbà yẹn ló máa gain owó jù first 3 weeks yẹn ní 50-50 tó bá ti kọjá 3 weeks tó bá ti ń lọ 4th week 55-45 ni in favour of the cinemas. Tó bá ti kọjá díẹ̀, ó máa di 60-40 in favour of the cinemas. Tó bá ti kọjá díẹ̀, ó máa di 65-35 in favour of the cinemas. Ìyẹn tí sinimá yẹn bá pẹ́ tó bá yẹn níbẹ̀, tán àbá ti yankẹ́ off. Which was nǹkan tí Kúnlé Afọláyan ń sọ wípé mi lè ṣe fíìmù kán máa ní mo pa 1 billion kí n mọ̀ kó 10 million lọ lé. Because o lè dá fíìmù ya ní Nàìjíríà yìí ó mú fi sọ pé studio ló ń ya fíìmù. Tó bá fẹ́ ya fíìmù gidi, ó máa ya 250 million, 300 million, níbo ló ti fẹ́ dárí? Ilé wo ló fẹ́ fi dúró? So tó bá even nǹkan tó bá yẹ pé orúkọ ẹnìkan ló wà ń bẹ, orúkọ production company ẹnìkan ló wà ń bẹ, definitely ó máa ní funders àti backers.
Àwọn retí owó padà.
Ìrọ̀ àṣọ wọ́n dá àṣẹ lówó ni. Ṣé Jésù làwọn àbí grant náà fún ẹ? Business ni investment. So tó bá ti gbà á, má gbàgbé o, gbogbo publicity tẹ́ rí, gbogbo PR tẹ́ rí, ìwọ ló máa sanwó ẹ̀ kì í ṣe cinema. Ìwọ ló máa sanwó ẹ̀ tó bá dé nìkan bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe, right? Ìdá kó lọ ṣe fún rẹ àbí kó sanwó ẹ̀ fún wọn. Tó bá dé lówó ẹ̀ nísìn, wọ́n á cost ẹ̀ fún ẹ, so wọ́n á deduct nínú payable ẹ̀, wọ́n á deduct ẹ̀. So ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ wípé eventually 300 million or tí ò possible ṣá kí 300 million dọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, but ẹ jẹ́ ká kàn sọ pé bí 250 million padà dọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ or 350 wàá san withholding tax, wàá san entertainment tax, wàá ṣá owó yẹn sí iye ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ based on percentage of agreement, because nǹkan tẹ́ni yẹn bá invest ní nǹkan tó máa get back, so ẹ máa ṣàwé yẹn by percentage, oníkálukú máa leak wounds ẹ̀, count your losses. Nínú ẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ èèyàn tó gbọ́n 100 million bá kàn ẹ́ or 80 million bá kàn ẹ́ or 70 million bá kàn ẹ́, ibi tí ìwọ ti mú owó tó fi add sí yẹn o láti dá capital yẹn padà síbẹ̀, so èlò ló máa kù fún ẹ ládùúrú gbogbo wàhálà yẹn. That's what Kunle was saying. Ọkàn lè wá fi Funke àti Tolu ṣe example ni pé èmi ò mọ bó ṣe ń ṣe o but èmi ò lè ṣe, pé wọ́n ṣe wàhálà gan o, kò ṣe pé bú wọn náà but wàhálà kí nǹkan kámọ́sàn kan míì òun ló máa ń jẹ́ kí jẹ́ máa ro nǹkan tó yàn sọ ẹ jílẹ̀ tó yìí get ẹ̀ ló fi ní please come and watch my film o so that I can make more than 10 million èmi yẹn ló dọ̀ta fún kẹ́sí. So these are the issues. So problem yẹn náà ti wà nísìn because wọn fara everybody kan ṣàfẹ́ lọ cinema ni Fẹ́mi náà ti wá rí yẹn bọ̀dá Fẹ́mi ti rí yẹn láì ìwé kí lélẹ́yìn fún ayàtọ̀ sí Dùmọ́ta àti Òṣòdì like okay ṣé ẹlẹ́gbọ́n ni ẹ mọ̀ kíá agẹ́síkó lè tù mí ẹ bá mi sọ sí community cinema aago mẹ́fà àti méjìlá mẹ́ta àti mẹ́fà rọ̀lẹ́ style yẹn ló fi tà ní December ó tà ní holiday period ó dẹ̀ tà. Yes, he had to create the infrastructure by himself. By the way, do not forget wípé cinema náà wọ́n tún máa jèrè retail lára yín o. Ọ̀tọ̀ ní ṣẹ́gun kan tó ń pè ní retail. Retail ni pé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá débẹ̀ ẹ ra gúgúrú ẹ romi ẹ ra hot dog. That's a different business. You don't get part out of that. But it's your film that drives that business. Láyé àwọn Adelove, láyé àwọn Baba Ẹ̀dá, láyé àwọn Ògúndé, the retail is in the family. Retail yẹn ó lè má jẹ́ olórí ilé ló ń gbowó retail. But àwọn ìyàwó náà máa ṣe retail. Wọ́n á ta stick meat. So owó yẹn máa wà ní family. Ẹlòmíì tó dẹ̀ shrewd ó máa structure retail yẹn náà sínú business yẹn tó yẹ pé òun náà máa fún gbogbo owó jíṣẹ́ fún gẹ́gẹ́ bí olórí business yẹn. So these guys are taking they are not looking at it. So tell me nsìn èmi nsìn mo yẹ wà ẹ́ tí bá ṣe cinema deal má ṣe retail mọ́. I would like us to make a projection of retail so they will not like me, they may not take it. Okay, I wait until I can do it. Gbogbo wọn ò tí ì ro business model yìí. Gbogbo wọn ò tí ì ro wípé Netflix ti pull out from commissioning. Wọ́n ti ní kó lọ ṣe fíìmù ẹ wá lọ test ẹ wá cinema. Tó bá ti gbé dé tó bá ti lọ tó bá ti dé àwọn nǹkan tá a lè ṣe sí.
Because at the point now Netflix náà kàn gba rubbish for her.
No, Netflix kọ́ ló ń gba rubbish. Let me explain it to you.
Àwọn rubbish tí mo mean ni pé àwọn movies kan wà tó wà substandard. Pé kò yẹ kó wà ní.
There are different levels of it. Ìwọ ló máa mú nǹkan tó wù ẹ́. Má rò pé tí o bá ti rí Netflix is a streamer.
Be video club.
So ó ní iye tó ń ra àwọn yẹn.
Oh, okay.
Ó ní irú deal tó ń sign pẹ̀lú àwọn yẹn. There are different levels of the deals. There is acquisition. There is a licensing. There is commissioning. So bóyá àwọn ètò ń rà ní 10 million, 2 million, 3 million nìyẹn. Àwọn ètò ń sọ pé òkè mú wáyé ká fi sí. Iye tó bá ti pa. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti fulfill àwọn nǹkan kan.
Technically.
Because they also must encourage streamers is not just for big people.
Okay.
So they have to also tend to the business that is coming up so they can have loyalty. Àwọn yẹn náà ló máa grow ló máa débẹ̀. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn Femi Adebayo máa grow jà àwọn lọ́ngbà kan náà. Wọ́n máa make àwọn demands kan. Yes, tó bá ti yé wọn tán. So wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ máa ti groom àwọn tí okay jẹ́ ká múnú eléyìí. Ó ṣe wá wọ́n á ti ní contact ẹ̀ wá jẹ́ ká tó lè ṣe nǹkan báyìí. So wọ́n máa all levels of filmmakers. So iye tó máa gbé deal yẹn máa yàtọ̀ lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. Then àwọn ètò commission ibi tá a ti ṣe láti jẹ lóòótọ́ ni. Tó bá commission ṣe fún ẹ inú ẹ̀ ló ti máa jẹ ṣùgbọ́n àwọn èèyàn jàjẹ jù. Àjẹbánu. Normally tó máa jẹun gan. Okay, let's do it like this, Agbama. Ká sọ pé wọ́n fún ẹ ní iṣẹ́ 400 million. Tó bá decide pé 200 million ló fẹ́ fi yaṣẹ́ ẹ, that's okay. But the proper way to do it is not picked over your 200 million, kó sáré ra mọ́tò 50 million or mọ́tò 40 million. Rárá. Take the 20 million, 200 million, keep it. Okay, o mọ̀ pé eléyìí ló fẹ́ parry ẹ̀ àbí? Yeah, keep it. But ensure that 200 million, you deliver the quality of the 400 million. It's possible now. So, if you bá ti ń bá lọ, tó bá ná 200 million, wà á kọ́ wé, ọmọ tí mo bá fẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ drop pé kí n ná 50 million sí. Ẹ wọ́n ti parry 200 million, but o ti ná. So, ó easy fún ẹ láti yọ, because iṣẹ́ ò ti parí, so o gbọ́dọ̀ ti tọwọ́ bọ̀. That's a simple logic now. So, wà á kàn yọ 50 million, ó so easy fún ẹ láti yọ 50 million kó ná sórí iṣẹ́ kó lè wà pa sí nǹkan. Iṣẹ́ ẹ sì wà 150 million sì wà ń bẹ̀. Wà á dẹ̀ present iṣẹ́ ẹ. Wà á gbọ́ comment, wà á gbọ́ feedback. Bóyá nǹkan tán ní kẹ́ ṣe here and there, ó tún require 20 million. Ṣé wọn kò ṣe ní 150? Wà á yọ 20 sí. Wà á lọ ṣe. Ó sáré ṣe lé, ó require 5 million. Wà á yọ 5 million kó ń bẹ̀. Ó kù 125. Wà á lọ ṣe, wọ́n approve ẹ̀. You have your 125 million naira. Now, you can pull it out and say, okay, I will go for a holiday. I want to do a film that is my own. You can now do that. But now. They take the money, do whatever they like with it, at the expense of the job. Or they're calling here now. So one can go share and I will pay kilo shellers in Nigeria. Or nothing, okay, hello, she share you. Iṣẹ́ ìwà ní ta àwọn kan ń wo kíní ẹ okay ẹ lọ ṣe wá tó bá ti da tó bá ti ta tó bá ti test ẹ mú wá àwọn nǹkan tá a máa ṣe sí then àwọn trusted hands wọ́n máa check ẹ. So what I'm saying is generally a ti gbé kátikàti wá a ti gbé débẹ̀ then ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn rò pé gbogbo nǹkan tí Fẹ́mi ṣe làwọn lè ṣe. A ò fi rán ẹlòmíì. A ò fi iṣẹ́ sinimá ńlá rán ẹlòmíì. A ò fi rán ju indie film lọ. Capacity ẹ̀ ò tí ì débẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ó fẹ́ ṣe dandan.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká stop níbí. Ṣé a lè rí episode kan ká wo àwọn tí capacity wọn ò dé cinema but on struggle? Ṣó possible? Ṣé ẹ máa lọ ṣe assignment ẹ̀ wá?
Okay.
Àbọ̀ àdàngọ́rú.
Kí ló kàn mí?
Ebe yẹn lè sọ pé a gbọ́dọ̀ máa gba censorship fún sí ká tó máa.
Kí ló kàn mí? Èmi máa ṣe. What's my business? I've told you that 2026 is my year of no holds barred.
Ní the first recording tá a ṣe, mi ìrántí ní kẹ́ pé phone number yín. Àti account number wa bá ṣe máa ń pè usually. So ẹ pè ń sìn for people to appreciate gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ nípa movie make because I learn a lot personally.
Yeah.
I've been learning and I'm seeing things in another perspective. Not that, but ẹ pè phone number yín àti your account number for people to bless you. Kúkúrú owó nu.
Adúpẹ́ Ọlọ́run ló ń ṣọ́ wa. A máa ń sọ pé a máa ń dà níyàn sáfẹ́fẹ́ ni. Èmi mọ́ ní bá wa gbére wa.
Bó ṣe rí ni.
Okay, so bóyá èmi máa bá wa gbére wa lọ́dọ̀ àwọn olólùfẹ́ wa. 0803 807 8723 0803 807 8723 phone number mi nìyẹn.
Yeah.
So account number mi First Bank 321 560 8034 321 560 8034 First Bank. Emmanuel Tolu Fagbure.